Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we got every NBA team's most improved player so far this season. Let me know in the comment section below, guys, who do you think your favorite team's most improved player is? And yeah, put that in the comments and we'll see if you guys got it right. As far as being a Pistons fan, literally nobody. Like, literally the entire team has regressed. I mean, I guess Killian is like a better three-point shooter, so that's something. You can't use Cade because he's a rookie, so... yeah, man, none of them. Let's go ahead and get going on this. Okay, we got the Atlanta Hawks with John Collins. So, not only is John Collins killing it, but also, what's important too is that he did sacrifice, taking on a very large contract to stay with the Hawks. So that just increases his value just by doing that. So yeah, good selection right there, man. Next up, we got Grant Williams for the Boston Celtics. Yeah, it's nice seeing Grant Williams, playing some decent basketball. There was a while there where you wasn't sure if he was going to put it together, but he's a guy that can knock down the three-point shot. So, yeah, I would say that's a pretty good selection. Okay, next up we got Deandre Bembry of the Brooklyn Nets. So I remember him being pretty solid. I believe he was on the Atlanta Hawks, and I think he showed some promise over there a little bit. But yeah, just having these, role players that know how to play their certain role is really important for contenders, especially when you got the Nets team that's had issues, with injury and, guys being out and everything. So, yeah, it's good to see guys like Bembry step it up. Next up, we got Miles Bridges with the Charlotte Hornets. So I'm a huge fan of Miles Bridges' game. I mean, he can knock down a three-point shot. He's got that crazy athleticism. So, yeah, he just kind of seems like the perfect player to have next to a guy like LaMelo Ball. The issue is that, at times... his stats doesn't really always lead to the team winning basketball games, so I don't know if there's something to be said about that. But it's hard to argue with a guy that can put up numbers, right, man? Like if he's putting up good numbers, it's not leading to wins. It's like, well, he's still doing his thing, but then again, that's kind of like what Drummond was like on the Pistons. So I don't know. What do you all think about Miles Bridges? Do you feel like he actually can help like a contender, or do you think that it's just like inflated stats and stuff like that, man? So yeah, let me know. Alrighty, next up we got Alex Caruso for the Chicago Bulls. Yeah, the thing about Caruso, what makes him so great, and he was a great role player on the Lakers too, but really just this man's defense and everything like that. Like, he's somebody that literally is gonna go out there and he's just gonna play the game of basketball how it should be played. From his role, like he's not gonna try doing too much, but the things he does do, he's going to excel at, and it's gonna help any team win basketball games. So yeah, very well warranted with his or well-deserved, with his contract and really what he's doing for the Bulls. All right, next up, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers with Darius Garland. Yeah, man, like, Darius Garland, what was he, the fourth pick in the draft or something like that? Definitely living up to that draft selection. It does make you wonder, what the future of Collin Sexton is going to be on the team, just if he is going to be the perfect, backcourt mate to Darius Garland. But the fact that this team has, a trio without Sexton of Garland, Mobley and Jarrett Allen, like this team is set for a very long time, and also Isaac Okoro is also breaking out. So yeah, man, like Darius Garland, this Cavs team, they're gonna be dangerous for a long time, man, for a very long time if they can retain all their players. Okay, next up we got Jalen Brunson for the Dallas Mavericks. Yeah, this is a fine pick right here. Brunson also kind of reminds me of Caruso in the sense of what you get out of him is just going to be a constant professional, to his basketball team. He was kind of the same way, when we played college basketball, where he just played the game smart, and you love having guys like that on your team. Okay, next we got Will Barton for the Denver Nuggets. Yeah, because Barton's had some injury issues the past few seasons, but even before that, Barton always has been a decent scorer, in the NBA. And just having guys like Jamal Murray, Michael Porter out, and everything like that. I mean, having a veteran like Will Barton that can come on the team or be in the rotation, I should say, and bring the team much needed offense and everything like that is really, really important, right? So, okay. He's averaging 16 points a game? Wow, 16 points, career high, 2.6 from 3, 39%. Wow, I didn't know he was averaging no damn 16 points. That's actually really good. Here we got the Detroit Pistons with Killian Hayes. And, okay, let me read this. Pistons fans, I have to level with you. Serious consideration was given to a no improvement detected answer. Last season, Killian ranked among the league's worst players. This season, well, he still does. Damn! Spain without the yes, man. Spain without the yes. But, they're not lying. We got 4 wins on the season. And besides for Cade, yeah, everyone's... yeah, okay. Next up, we got the Golden State Warriors with Jordan Poole. Yes, well, yeah, obviously Jordan Poole. The thing that just came to my mind is just like I'm still wondering how this team is going to operate when Clay's back, man. Just because like it's going to be sad watching Jordan Poole go to a bench role, which obviously it's going to be great for the bench just having a guy that can literally give you 30 points on any night. But I'm just like in the realm now where I'm like this dude deserves to be a starting shooting guard in the NBA, and I just don't want his stats and his game to take a hit because we got Clay back now, right? But Clay deserves a star. Don't get me wrong there, but it just makes you wonder, man. It just makes you wonder about the future of Jordan Poole and everything. What's going on there? Okay, next up we got the Houston Rockets with Garrison, Matthews. Jalen Green obviously was having injury issues, stuff like that, and Garrison Matthews came into the lineup, and he was just so efficient, knocked down all his shots. He was a pretty decent knockdown shooter, for the Washington Wizards last season. So, just having a guy like that, because, let's be honest about Jalen Green. He obviously is a rookie and everything, but his shot selection wasn't the greatest early on. So Garrison Matthews, who was just more that efficient player, it did help them, put together that winning streak and everything. All right, next we got Collin Martin of the Indiana Pacers. Ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't got much to say about him. I've watched a little bit of Pacers basketball this season. I did catch the Warriors-Pacers game the other night, but I couldn't tell you a single thing about Collin Martin. So educate me, guys. What am I missing out on here, man? Like, what's this dude all about? I will read about it in the comment section below. What is he like? Shoots the ball easily, deceptive, athletic, and has an edge. That's important parts to have. We got the Clippers with Isaiah Hartenstein. So, yeah, it's good to see Hartenstein find himself in the rotation of the Clippers. Because I do remember him when he played for the Rockets for a bit. He showed some pretty early signs of being a decent center in the NBA. But at the time, D'Antoni wanted to do the small ball lineup. Isaiah Hartenstein was just out of the rotation. But when he did play, he did show some decent promise. So, yeah, good for him on that. Okay, next up we have Malik Monk of the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm cool with this pick right here. Malik Monk was pretty damn solid for the Charlotte Hornets, but obviously playing for the Hornets when they were bad and stuff like that, he didn't really get a lot of recognition. But, he fills his role nicely on the Lakers. That team needed shooters. They still need shooters, to be honest, but Malik Monk does knock it down. So, yeah, pretty good selection right here, okay? Next up, we have Ja Morant with the Memphis Grizzlies. He should be the most improved player, assuming that the health factor stays in place, because, if you're playing amazing, but you don't play a good portion of the season, then I don't think you should be most improved because you shouldn't get reward for stuff you shouldn't do or you haven't done. But just the fact of the matter alone, playing everything like that, he is the most improved player. So yes, and also as people questioning the draft and did the Pelicans get it right taking Zion over Ja Morant? Obviously, hindsight is easy to look into, but yeah. Alrighty, next we got Tyler Hero of the Miami Heat. Tyler Hero. I thought last season that Hero was fine. Like, I didn't think he was like garbage, but a lot of people thought that he was. He wasn't as good as his rookie season or in the bubble or nothing like that, but he's taken on this role as this combo guard, being able to do literally everything for the second unit, and it's been just so important for the team. Okay, next up we got Grayson Allen of the Milwaukee Bucks. Grayson Allen, definitely a hustle type of player that can knock down the three-point shot. Not asked to do too much on the Bucks, but what he does do, he does it very well, so I like the selection. Okay, next we got Anthony Edwards of the Minnesota T-Wolves. Definitely looks to have taken that next tier as a player. Just what you want with Anthony Edwards now is more of the efficiency and consistency that comes with being a future All-Star in the NBA, but once he gets that going, he's going to be dangerous forever. Okay, next we got Jonas Feliciano of the Pelicans. You got to pick somebody. But Valanciunas has been good. Like, this isn't like a surprise where it's like, oh man, Jonas Valanciunas out of nowhere. Like, he's been that type of center. So, yeah, I'm just trying to think who else. How's Alexander Walker doing for the Pelicans? Maybe he would have been a better pick. Because this guy has just always been good. So, I don't really know. All right, next up, we got the New York Knicks with Obi Toppin. So, I was actually a little concerned with Obi Toppin going into the season because I was like, this is a guy that, a little bit of an older rookie last year and everything like that, that you really want to see him get an opportunity to start. But he's embraced his role, as a bench player, and he brings them a certain level of athleticism and offense and just energy to that bench unit that's really important. Now, obviously, the Knicks are not winning a ton of games this season, so it makes you wonder if they pull off some type of big move because, let's call it like it is, like Julius Randle is going to be the starter at the power forward spot. And, Obi probably could play some center or small forward maybe in some lineups, but he's a power forward in my book. So, yeah, definitely could be like a John Collins type maybe. Next up, we got Dort for the OKC Thunder. Yeah, man, Dort, this dude is a beast. Gotta love Dort. It seems like every other day I'm reading something like Dort just shot 7 for 8 from 3-pointers in the first quarter, man, and he already has 40 points or something like that. Like, this Dort guy, he just plays like a damn bulldog, too, bro. He's built like a bulldog, and just, like, watch out, man. I like Dort a lot. All right, we got Cole Anthony for the Magic. So, yeah, I guess improvement in the fact that he's staying healthy now, because, Cole Anthony, you could see it last season that this guy was really going to be a big-time player. It does make you wonder about the future of him with Suggs and how that's going to work out and everything, but Cole Anthony does a little bit of everything at that point guard spot. All right, next we got Tyrese Maxi for the 76ers. Another running, in my opinion, for most improved player, not only because of his improvement as a player, but just the necessity for him to be this improved this quickly. It's hard to lose a guy like Ben Simmons and remain at least respectable in the NBA, and Tyrese Maxey has at least, allowed them to remain respectable. So, yeah. Okay, we got Devin Booker of the Phoenix Suns. I know he's been injured as of late, man. It feels weird saying Devin Booker in this type of thing, because most improved, like, Devin Booker has always been a top shooting guard in the NBA. So, I guess maybe the all-around factor of his game could be improved, but this one just feels kind of weird. Okay, next up, we got Nazir. Yes, man, I was just watching the Portland Trail Blazers. And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't catch a ton of the games, but then I was watching the way Nazir Little plays defense. Like, this guy is really worked on his NBA body. Like, he can throw some damn shots. Got the athleticism. So it looks like he's finally breaking out into that player that we know we could have been, at least from the defensive standpoint, right? And I love that too, because sometimes, some players just take a little bit longer. Like, we ran him off so early. I know with Nazir, I wasn't too confident with him early on, but he's definitely proven me wrong. So you'll love to see it. Okay, next we got Richaun Holmes for the Sacramento Kings. Once again, Richaun Holmes has been a solid 10-10 guy, for the Kings and stuff. So I ain't got much to say about him, man. He's pretty efficient. DeJounte Murray for the San Antonio Spurs. Yeah, man, near triple-double beast. Happy that he came back healthy and everything, with having former ACL injuries and stuff like that. But, yeah, he's definitely breaking out. Next up, we got OG for the Toronto Raptors. Once again, he can't pull like Scotty Barnes here, but OG, a lot of people expect him to take that next step this season, and he's definitely doing so. We got Rudy Gobert for the Utah Jazz. Yeah, he's always on top of like the MVP trackers and stuff like that, man. For what it's worth, I don't think a center like Rudy Gobert will ever win the MVP award, just because it's just not how the award works, unfortunately. But everything he does on the court for this team is extremely valuable. And then finally, we got Denny Avilla for the Washington Wizards. Looking a lot more confident this season. When he was playing with Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal, who was kind of asked to be like a spot-up three-point shooter. That's really not his game. But the big part of what Denny's doing is actually his defense, man. He's a big reason why the Wizards have been improved as a defensive team and everything. So yeah, good selection right here. But that is all we have for today's video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it, man. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace out, my friends.